I tried to power through the day. I was like, I'm gonna be strong. I, at one point, had to fight back tears because this is so hard.
I'm Mindy. I'm an author, a speaker, and an advocate for disability rights.
Headed to the airport, getting ready to go to DC, talk to legislators about making air travel more accessible. Haven't traveled in 14 years on an airplane, so I'm a little nervous, but very excited.
Love you.
Love you too.
Flying, the only form of transportation left in this country where you have to be separated from your mobility device. It was very strange pulling up to the airport after 14 years not flying. Coming inside was a little disorienting, figuring out where you were supposed to be and who you were supposed to talk to. Then we got to TSA. It's a dehumanizing process to fly if you have to use a wheelchair. And when we got to TSA was the first glimpse of that. I was asked to move over to the side and let other people through. I think I counted 25 people that went through the scanner before someone finally came and got me and told me that they were ready. And then when I got to the other side, I probably counted another 25 people while we waited for the person to show up to do the pat down. It was eye-opening. I know that it's their job to be cautious and careful and get everyone through in the safest way possible, but I definitely felt like I was deprioritized through that whole process.
You do have 3 minutes remaining. Thank you.
If you have a disability, there are so many extra steps in addition to just packing and getting myself ready to go on a trip like anybody else would. I had to call the airline. I had to call TSA. We had to get here 3 hours early so that if we're running late, if any of these steps is a bottleneck, I can't run to my gate and, catch the flight like somebody else. I am feeling a little anxiety here at the gate, presently waiting to get on board the airplane, because this is the part where there is a ton of opportunity for me to get hurt, and there's a ton of opportunity for my $60,000 wheelchair to get damaged beyond repair. My friend here is going to grab my knees. Okay. And then we just need 1 or 2 people at the top. Okay. Yep. Don't grab my arm though.
Can we move the chair?
Yeah, grab my arm.
No, don't grab it. 1, 2.
Oh my gosh. Stop a sec. Christine, put me down. Everybody put me down. Oh, back. Oh, God bless. Ow.
Yeah.
It's okay. They do not make this an easy process for people. Having to be dragged down the aisle of an airplane in front of other passengers. The pilots who had to lift me into the aisle chair because the people who are supposed to do that were not present or available or where they were supposed to be. I don't want to do this any more than I have to. The main overarching message that I want to get across to legislators in Washington, D.C., flying from a wheelchair or flying with a wheelchair is a very dehumanizing process. I feel relieved to be back in my chair and that my chair made it here in one piece. So tomorrow we're headed to Capitol Hill to talk to senators and representatives all about what we learned today about why it would be a good idea just to make air travel more accessible and let people bring their wheelchairs on airplanes.
I want to have a life just like anyone else can have, and I've accomplished that. But I can't get on a plane, without all of these hoops that you have to jump through. The whole process of being lifted and handled by people who you don't know, who may or may not be trained to do that. And when they did finally get me into the aisle chair where you're strapped in like you're going parachuting, and then you get dragged onto the airplane in front of 100 people who don't know you, is humiliating.
You sit and watch your life go by because you can't get on an airplane. There are places in the world that I would love to see and things I would love to experience and things that I want to be out in the world doing. And I'm just not doing those things. It's my first time flying in 14 years, and it definitely 100% has gotten harder and more dehumanizing and just worse for people with disabilities. It's not right. In 2023, we've got to do better.